Yo, so we got some steak, asparagus, rosemary, thyme, potatoes, salt, pepper, and garlic. So we're gonna wash the potatoes. I didn't have Idaho potatoes, so we're stuck with red ones. They're still just as good, to be honest. Anyway, washing the potatoes, because it's what you're supposed to do. I know some of you don't, because you're dirty. Anyway, I'm just gonna spare you guys the audio of everything, because there's a lot going on. Anyway, this is the third, and then fourth. Oh, never mind. That was the fourth potato. Now we're watching the asparagus. Long green things that taste horrible. Anyway, washing all of them, even though I only used about 4, but it's okay. Anyway. Hope you enjoyed watching me wash asparagus for 10 seconds. Now we're cutting the potatoes with this extremely sharp knife. Wow, look at that. Look at me go. Crazy. Look at those knife skills. I would be such a fool to cut myself, right? Crazy. Anyway. No, where'd the music go? Finished cutting the potatoes. Now we got the boiling water. Salt and some boiling water. Now we plunk about 6 potatoes, I think. Or 6 halves. Oh, nope, it was like 8, 9, 10? Okay, 10. You just let those simmer until soft. Okay, so while the potatoes are boiling, I'm gonna cut the asparagus. I will warn you, if you are squeamish, something does happen. It's not crazy though, but it's gonna happen. Oh, I cut my finger off. Crazy. Anyway, we move on. All for the sake of cooking. Yay. As you can see, I now have a bandage on my finger. Courtesy of my mom, thank you, as she's behind the camera. So now I'm going to be very careful with this knife because it's as sharp as can be. So now I'm just seasoning the asparagus chunks with salt and pepper. Now that they're all seasoned, I just put them in the air fryer for about, say, 7 minutes at 400. I did forget to put oil on them, so I had to take them out after about 5 minutes and then spray some oil on them. You'll see that clip later. Anyway, the potatoes are finished and they're soft. I checked with my knife just off camera, and I'm draining them. I don't know why I didn't use a strainer, but it's okay. And the faucet's getting a little... Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Here we have the protein of the meal. Here we have me opening up the ribeye stylishly. And now you see that I have gloves on as well, courtesy of my mom again. Now we slap that piece of meat on there and we pat it dry. Make sure you get both sides. Wow, just look at that patting action. Crazy. Wow. Anyway, now we season with salt. Just salt to start. No other seasonings yet, because we're just letting that salt infuse into the meat to get some deeper flavor. And I let my steak sit for about 20 minutes off camera, but you can do it for however long or however short you want. And make sure you pat the salt in as well. So here we have the clip of me spraying the partially cooked, whatever they're called. So now I'm gonna get the pan ready. Wow, action shot, cool. So got a tablespoon of butter, let that melt in your pan. Ooh, the sizzle is so nice. Oh wait, you guys can't hear it? Forgot. Anyway. Just let that butter melt and turn the heat up to high till your pan starts smoking, and slap your meat on there. Ooh, so sizzly. Press down firmly on your steak to get a nice crust. I left the steak on there for about 2 minutes before I flipped it, actually. So it may look like I've just instantaneously flipped it, but no, left it on there for a cool 2 minutes. I'm just adjusting the heat because I'm gonna add another 1.5 tablespoons of butter, so I can begin the basting process. I would usually wait for the butter to melt, but I had the heat on a little higher, so I just added the aromatics. That's 4 cloves of garlic and a little bit of thyme. And I added in a pinch of rosemary, as you can probably see in the butter. But here I am basting the steak in the butter, and I'm turning the heat down as to not burn the butter because it is already extremely brown, which gives it a slightly burnt taste, but it's kind of good, I'm not gonna lie. And it complements the char on the steak. So I'm gonna continue basting the steak for another, I believe, 2 minutes, and then I flip the steak and remove it to let it sit and absorb all the flavor. Ooh, look at that nice crust on there. Fantastic piece of steak. Now I let that rest for another 5 minutes, and here I am cutting into it. The steak is not medium rare like I would personally like it. It's a bit well done because it's a much thinner piece of steak, and I'm not used to cooking steak like this. But it works out because my mom likes well done steak anyway, so none is being wasted.
Oh my god, that shit made me fucking
I don't know what that last clip was, but anyway, here I am mashing the potatoes. They're kind of hard because they were sitting out in the open for a little while. I was cooking the steak, but it's okay. Don't worry, I'm not weak or anything. Yeah, it's the gloves. Anyway, here they are, a little more mashed, all the steam coming out. You know what I'm saying? Here's a technique a lot of people don't know about: using the butter and garlic that I made the steak in to flavor up the mashed potatoes. I'm not gonna use all the gravy. Actually, I ended up using all the gravy, but you can use whatever you like, because I personally just use salt, pepper, a little bit of butter, and milk in my mashed potatoes. But here's the finished product. Thank you.